How is everyone doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Banker Next Door. I am your host, Dr. Joe Berquist. Today, I wanted to talk to everyone about ICBAs, the Independent Community Bankers Association. They laid out their new plan for working with the new Congress and the new Trump administration. This included a kind of a new addition to their website, and we're going to show you some of those changes in just a second. But first, I'm wearing my snazzy Air Force Academy Space Force t-shirt. If everybody hopefully can see that without getting too blurry there on the camera, but just wanted to give a shout out to all the great students over there at the Air Force Academy out there in Colorado. Hope everybody's doing well and staying safe out there, and doing all the good things that you guys do. So just want to say that first. But all right, now let's go to the let's go to the website here. So ICBA introduces the Repair, Reform, and Thrive Plan for new Congress and administration. So the ICBA today unveiled its new Repair, Reform, and Thrive Plan for the 119th Congress and incoming Trump administration to address the nation's broken banking regulations and kickstart economic growth in local communities. With the new Congress and administration offering a historic opportunity to make significant improvements to financial services policy, Repair, Reform, and Thrive, ICBA's plan for powering local economies, outlines the comprehensive reforms that address key policy challenges facing community banks and the communities they serve. ICBA today laid out these key legislative elements as part of the plan in an open letter to the 119th Congress. ICBA and the nation's community bankers recognize the magnitude of the opportunity we face in 2025 to make needed changes to excessively burdensome banking regulations that will amplify the positive economic impact of community banks across America. ICBA President and CEO Rebecca Romero Rainey said today, our Repair, Reform, and Thrive plan will ensure economic growth and prosperity reaches everyone, including the local communities, consumers, and small businesses that community banks serve in good times and bad. We look forward to working closely with the new Trump administration and the 119th Congress to implement these critical reforms. With banking regulators issuing more than 5,000 pages of new regulations in recent years, ICBA's Repair, Reform, and Thrive plan offers a regulatory and legislative agenda to fix broken regulations harming communities, unleash the power of local-based banking, and fuel the future of community banking. ICBA's plan covers issues such as addressing unnecessary and excessively burdensome regulations from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and other agencies, leveling the tax and regulatory playing field with credit unions, industrial loan companies, and the farm credit system, implementing tax policies that will support market growth and competition, eliminating obstacles to new bank reformation or new bank formation, and more. So that's the newsletter, or not the newsletter, but just the what am I thinking? That's just the news release, the press release that was put out from ICBA. So now, here's the actual website itself, which I thought was really good. I thought it was a really good website. They have kind of an introductory video here, and then it basically goes down and says there's three different sections to this. There is fix broken regulations harming community banks, unleash the power of locally based banking, and fuel the future of community banking. And each one, like as you go down to the first one, fix broken regulations harming communities. They have a whole bunch of different sections here, and you can click on each one and go through the topics. I mean, consumer protection has a ton of topics. Housing, GSE reform. Then it says prudential, gets into broker deposits, custodial accounts, innovation, bank fintech supervisory environment, BSA, AML, payments, personnel. And then as we scroll down, it gets into unleashing the power of local-based banking, and then fuel the future of community banking. It breaks down just the different things that they're going to try to do there on each one of these. Now, I think this is kind of neat. So at the top here, it has this thing called Our Positions. And if you click on that, it takes you to this other page here where it says basically policy resolutions and then helping community banks flourish. Now, if you go down here, it has all these tabs where you can click on it, and there's a ton of stuff here. So this, just to give a little bit of flavor here. So this has community bank access to capital, defending the bank charter, de novo community bank formation, reform and refocus the farm credit system. And it goes down here for, advocate for common sense and appropriately tailored laws and regulation for community banks, which is accounting and auditing, supervisory environment, CFPB, tiered regulation for community banks. Next heading is champion fair and equitable access to financial system, cannabis related businesses, fair lending, federal home loan bank system, national flood insurance, privacy, rural American and farm bill programs. Then it goes down to advanced responsible innovation, artificial intelligence, core processors, customer data access and open banking, instant payments, payment cards. Then it goes down to protect the safety and soundness of the financial system, central bank digital currency, data and cyber issues, ending too big to fail, digital assets and cryptocurrency. And then finally, at the bottom here, the last category is strengthening our political voice, community banker representation, ICBA PAC, strengthening partnerships. So there is just a ton of really good information here. And I like the way they have it set up where you could get kind of right to the critical topic or issue that you're looking for and boom, just get right into it. So, but just going back to the main web page here for a second and just scrolling down, I just want to hit on, consumer protection. A ton of stuff in here. Section 1071. That's basically all the new data points that the CFPB wants banks to collect on small businesses. CRA, fair lending. Section 1033. That's open banking. NSFs, overdraft, representment, all other junk fee rhetoric, UDAAP, the UDAP guidance, Reg E opt-in circular, medical debt. Medical debt was recently removed from credit reports, fair credit reporting, EWA, and buy now, pay later, larger participant rules. So a lot of really great stuff in here, a lot of huge topics, and like they said here back in the press release, 5,000 pages of new regulation just in the last, I would say probably 3 years. And if any of you guys follow the live stream that I do, the strategy room, you guys would know I've talked about how, the CFPB has just been moving at breakneck speed ever since the election to basically just really jam home their entire legislative agenda before the new administration took over. And that's just not right. Like, that's just not right. I mean, you really don't see that it's more tradition, if you will, that, once, when your administration loses and the election's over and you're going through the transition period, and you have what's called the kind of lame duck session of Congress, you really begin to start to pack it up. I mean, at that point, it's over, game's over. It's moving on to a different administration, and you basically just try to, wrap up what you can and hand off to the next guys. It is the MO has definitely not been to, okay, we're going to go into hyperdrive here, just jam through everything we've got, and then just kind of leave a hot mess for the next crew as they come in. So I really think it's not. I mean, it has not. This transition has not been handled well. I think that the actions have not been great on the part of a number of the banking regulators going into this. But to commend ICBA, I think they've put together a great website here. I think they have a great plan of action. I think that they're going to go through and, just like it says, repair, reform, and thrive. So yes, we're going to have to repair a lot of this junk that got put through here in the last 3 years. We're going to have to break a lot of this stuff down. We're going to have to reform a bunch of stuff, and hopefully, if you can get the first two things done, that will enable banks to thrive and obviously help the broader economy, help the communities that they serve, and then kind of go from there. But again, just to wrap up, if you want to go check out this is the website here is basically www.icba.org. I will put a link to this webpage in the description down below if you want to go check it out. But again, kudos to ICBA for putting this together and doing an excellent job with that and rolling out what I think is a fantastic agenda on their part. And I just hope that some of the other banking associations out there, like the American Bankers Association. I hope they, are taking a look at this, and I'm sure they're working on doing many of the same kind of things themselves. So like I said, hopefully good things to come from a lot of places in the months and years ahead. But we shall see. But I will end with this. If you like this episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, as that helps the channel. Remember, we are on YouTube, Rumble, and all major podcast platforms. Please be sure to leave your comments down below, as I always love getting back to everybody. And as always, make sure to check out some of the other content on the channel. I think I've put up some really good and interesting episodes for everybody, hopefully, to learn something new. So, but thanks a lot, and I will see everybody again real soon.